Hello. I'll introduce myself now. Uh, I'm Pratika, and I met Katie in San Francisco. I want to say, how long ago was it? A year ago?
Oh my God, like a year and a half ago. It's been forever.
Yeah, I met you at my house with Bailey and everybody, and that was fun. And ever since then, we've been friends.
Yes. And we share a mutual interest in art. And Pratika happens to be infinitely better than I am at clay, which I have just
That
discovered.
is so untrue.
It's
Classic
very true.
Katie.
I was
Doing
just
live.
I was just telling her before this that the one thing I made out of clay caught on fire in my oven and literally is singed around the edges. So
And I was saying that I think that's a design. So
So I thought we would talk today about Pratika's journey with clay and some of the projects she's working on, and just some of the creative amazingness. So if you'd like to explain how you discovered clay and got into it.
yeah, so I mean, I always liked playing with clay. Like I grew up just kind of, messing around with little blobs of clay back in India. And I think 2 summers ago, I'd gone back to spend, a couple of months with family, and I took like a little course on just ceramics, and I mean, I was like there was a whole wheel, and it was like the whole thing. So that was really fun, but I sort of just stopped having time to do anything clay related, or really just a lot of art related stuff. But um, oops, message. But yeah, so during like quarantine, I was like, let me just buy 5 pounds of clay and see and see what I can do. Sorry, all my messages are like coming in right now.
Very popular.
They're literally all your messages from like 15 minutes ago. But yeah, so I just started like playing with clay, and I literally have self-drying clay. Isn't even something that I can go and fire, just because for some reason in San Francisco, I mean, we all know why, but in San Francisco the rates are just so expensive, and there's just not too many options. Like you have to go to Berkeley or you have to go to Santa Cruz. Everything in the city is like pay $300 a month for membership, and then you can use our pin. And so it's just not
feasible.
Yeah, so I was like, no. And so I just have like, at least for now, just self-drying clay, and I've been making little bowls and dishes, and yeah. And Katie, recently I've been thinking about like making something to just hold face masks, because I'm always losing my face mask, and I think it's to do with the fact that I don't have like a designated spot for it.
Right.
And so I'm just sort of like leaving it in pockets, and like, I think if I had like a fun piece to just sort of like mount my or slip my mask into, I would be more like, I don't know, kind of like how everybody has a dish for their car keys.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's so clever, because I think with more like traditional media like crocheting or clay or like, things that people kind of associate with like especially women, there's this kind of understanding that it's an older, antiquated thing that young people aren't doing. But there's kind of been a modern resurgence of really cool like clay like objects and vases and things on Instagram. And I think like a mask holder is a perfect example of that. And especially if you want to talk about the one you were just prototyping, like having it be quirky too. Like
this is a fail. We won. But yeah, so I thought it'd be like kind of cool to have a loopy like object, and so it'd be like a little art piece, but also you could store your like mask in it. Well, it broke, as you can see, but the idea was that it would like kind of sit like that, and you could slot your mask in here. You could slot another mask in here. Basically, you get the point. Something loopy. And I think what I did was I just had too much water like on this joint, and so it just cracked. But yeah, stay tuned for the next iteration.
I'm so excited. I cannot wait to get one. And I think it's also cool because as soon as COVID is over, God willing, you can use that for your wallet and your car keys and like your
exactly
whatever.
Yeah.
So still this And even if you weren't using it, it's still like an art object. Like it's a sculpture, literally, which is super
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. It's really nice. Like I think what really excites me is the idea of just fun, weird looking objects that can also be like useful.
I think that's why part of the reason we're friends is I'm like the definition of the weird object girl. Like,
But also useful.
and speaking of which, your other project that I absolutely love is you've been making these little bowls, these little dishes recently, and
Yeah.
they're so beautiful and so interesting. And how did you start making them? Like, what was the idea behind that?
I mean, honestly, it was just a mixture of like I was just playing with clay and also, oh, it's so cute.
What?
You know, little mask holder. There you go, Katie. You should just do it. But
This stuff
yeah,
doesn't work though. It burns in the oven.
yeah, just don't put it in the oven, baby. But other than that, you're good to go. Yeah, but I don't know. I love like little dishes, little dish to just sort of throw my earrings into, or jewelry, because I love wearing jewelry, and it's so easy to just lose it. Again, like this is a recurring theme. I'm losing my mask, I'm losing my jewelry, so I'm just going to start making things to hold everything in.
Love it.
Um, right? Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I just have these like little bowls. I don't know if you can see it. Jesus. I feel like a makeup
Oh
blogger, like.
yeah. Oh my God. Look at that. You like press.
Yeah, it's not very visible. I have one in yellow, which might show better, but
Oh wow. I love
yeah, so they're like little dishes. I have like a little blue
that.
one here.
That's so cute. Ah!
Yeah, so a lot of them are super like minimal white, like, whatever. I have like a black one here. But yeah, it's like a little.
Oh my God.
But I know that you like specifically
Yes.
enjoy the mangoes. So it was just so funny because this one was the first one that I made. I really just wanted to be like kind of cute and write mango right over there, but I realized that, in typical fashion, the MAN was too like large. There was no space for the go, and so I had to split it. But then it also became like two words, mango.
I love
It
it.
just makes sense.
And that's like, I don't know. I'm so snarky. That's my favorite thing. I was just like, this is so funny and feminist and amazing, and I want to own 12 of them.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to be any of those things, but I'm glad that that's what happened.
And it's so incredible. So I haven't seen most of these. This is the first time I'm seeing a lot of them, and I'm just immediately struck by the variety of ideas that you've had. Like some of them are like purely based on like the imprinting, and some of them have like different shapes around the edges, and it's
block prints.
Oh my God, yes, so good.
Yeah, I picked these up in India, in Jaipur, which is basically like where a lot of the world's block printing happens. And yeah, and I picked them up and they were like super cheap, obviously, and I see them around in San Francisco now, in like little boutiques, and obviously they're like 100 times more expensive. But yeah, little like wooden block prints.
And I think it's awesome that you're incorporating some of that stuff into your designs and making these like, I think they're really mature dishes. I think they're like really like, I know you're just making them for fun, but like you have such a very clear aesthetic and intention behind every piece you make, and I think it really comes across.
No, thank you. Yeah. I love block printing, as you know, and so I like, while I haven't been able to really do like textile block printing recently, I was like, might as well just use them and doing something.
Yeah.
But,
and that's so brilliant. Like this is the one thing I have to show. I made this a year ago while I was in San Francisco, this little egg.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
And it's very like me, it's very ridiculous. And I feel like that's definitely my aesthetic, is like kind of the absurdist, stupid, like fun little
right
thing.
Yeah, no, I love that.
I do too, but I'm just so blown away by everything you're doing and how like just beautiful and intricate. Stop, seriously. I wouldn't say it. It is though.
Thank you, though. Yeah, it's been like a fun little project. Like everybody seems to be picking up, like really interesting hobbies or just like things that they're doing. So yeah, it's cool to see like yourself included. You're doing so many projects. Like this is one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else have you been working on?
I think we'll have to leave that for another video because we're out of time. But thank you for the conversation. I love talking to you. I love seeing you. I love seeing everything you're working on, and I look forward to talking to you soon.
Love you too, and thank you for having me.
Of course.